you ever noticed that the voice in your head isn't you?
Mermaids are real. I told you a few days ago. I'm back to prove it.
Did you guys hear about MrBeast saying that he would run for president?
Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Here we go.
Hey, it's Glamham, August 12th, 2024. Genuine question. Did Japan do anything to tick anyone off? This is crazy. Look at this. Japan just had a huge earthquake a few days ago, and now look at this. Okay, you can't even see Japan because they have no less than 4 major Pacific storms happening. Tropical Depression Maria, Tropical Storm Sontin, Tropical Storm Ampil, and Tropical Depression 9. Japan, 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 Japan. 4 giant storms. It is thrashing on Japan with 4 storms.
That's too much.
I hope everyone in Japan is coping okay with these 4 storms, and I feel you with the earthquakes. We just had a little one, 4.4. Nothing like your 7.1, but I kind of feel we might be in for that soon. So take care, everyone, and we'll see you in the comments.
I know the Japanese people made safeguards for events like this, but human capabilities can only go so far against nature. Send prayers for Japan.
Did you guys hear about MrBeast saying that he would run for president if they lowered the age?
You mentioned that.
No way.
That's not serious, though.
He got elected. We're entering the Hunger Games.
I guarantee something switches. Or he puts all these prisoners on an island and says, hey, we're going to live stream all of these death row prisoners, and the one that wins gets set free.
Everyone outside!
Is there like a legit dark side to him I don't know about? Are you guys?
I don't know.
I'm sure.
You just
Everyone
feel
has a little bit of dark side.
MrBeast, Mark of the Beast, MBeast. I don't know what more you want, guys. It's confirmed right there.
If prophecy was talking about the Antichrist being MrBeast,
It's just literal.
We couldn't have been more straightforward with you guys.
God's like, I put it right there!
When I first heard of him, I was like, Mr. Beast, he's gonna be like a yoked, tattooed, like, beast of a guy. And then you see him and you're like,
it's like, hey guys.
oh.
Hey, hi guys, my name's Jimmy.
He looks like he just finished a glass of milk every time.
The way he gets creative with his punishments, I'm like, this would be a nightmare if he were the world leader.
Yeah.
Just a few degrees away from Squid Games is Mr. Beast. Like, it's like, no, it's fun because they just get to go home for now.
It's been said that the Antichrist is someone that you least expect, but nobody said that it's only just a single person. I mean, what if it's a combination of many, and MrBeast or his role, his character is just one of them?
What's going on, guys? Did you see Israel's rhythmic gymnastics team took the silver medal? Yeah, I know you guys don't care about that, but you'll care about this. Take a look at their outfits. Real subtle one-eyed symbolism. Yeah, how about that? They always have to tell us, don't they? Speaking of they always have to tell us, do you see Khalif with her gold medal? Look at this pose. Covering up one eye. Yeah, guys. What do you think? Let me know in the comments.
Are we just overthinking things? Is it because of what has happened that we now tend to pick apart things or look for things that aren't actually there? Or we just became too vigilant and observant that we now see things that we previously tend to overlook?
So all of our history is fake. There were castles and big, massive buildings in America before Columbus in 1492, before he even got here. So if there were already all these massive castles, massive buildings, and all these people before 1492, then how did they have the technology while Christopher Columbus is coming over on those 3 ships that they used? And where are those ships? How come we don't see those ships? You have Egyptian artifacts in the Grand Canyon in Arizona. So were people from Egypt in Arizona? Design things the same fashion as Egypt in the Grand Canyon? I mean, think of how far the distance is from that. And how did they travel across to get there? Even if you went by boat, and then you, I guess, went across with a horse and a wagon, or a horse and a chariot, it's going to take you a long time.
I'm not allowed to say certain things, but our world has more secrets than you think. Read our book. Link in profile bio.
This guy made good points and he actually makes a lot of sense. You guys think?
The astrolabe, an ancient astronomical tool. The astrolabe shows the genius of our ancient civilization. The ancients understood the flat plane that we live on. They understood the holographic sky that resides over us. Ancient astronomers navigated the stars with astonishing precision. The ancients had a deep understanding of this holographic system simulation that we live inside of. You are looking at a futuristic marvel from the past. The ancients understood the power that the stars and luminaries have on our emotions and physiology. It seems the further we go back in history, the more technologically advanced we were.
Okay guys, this is our cabin. We're staying in it in Colorado for the weekend. This is our view. And we found this cave back here. We found this cave. We got our lantern. We're gonna go and explore it, so come with. We're sending Kale first, so if there's a bear, he'll be their food before me. Looks like this was an old mining place. Oh my gosh, Kale. Kale. Come on. I'm scared. Okay.
But why?
No.
I don't think it's bad.
I think it is.
No.
Okay, maybe, Kale, maybe we go back. We're still going. We can literally not see a single thing in front of us. This is all like caved in. I'm scared. Oh my gosh, point the light over there.
Look how deep it goes.
That's so cool.
Okay.
It looks like there's like two. Wait, Kale, wait, what is that?
Nope. Nope.
What is that?
Go.
Go, 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 go.
If I were to venture into a place like that, I will use a drone, not risk my life.
Wait till you guys see what's up here. I want to show you guys something crazy. I want to show you guys something crazy.
No way.
Hello?
This is beyond Photoshop.
Hello?
I still haven't seen anyone debunking this, and this is fake. Then what does the real thing looks like? What? That was quick. Imagine having to ride the same bus on your way back.
Something just isn't right about the sun anymore.
Well, let me show you something here about authenticity. And you guys tell me what you think about this. Can you see those sunflowers? Sunflowers have a thing called heliotropism. They face the sun and curve their face towards the sun every day, all day, every hour to absorb the sun. Can you see there? Yeah, they got their face turned away from the sun here. Now, if you look up over through there, you can see the beans and the corn and all that kind of stuff. And they don't have much choice. It's either grow straight up or fall down. But these sunflowers have a completely different mechanism. And for some reason, they don't like the sun. Now, I don't know what's causing that, but I'm inclined to say that the very people that took down my videos also might be responsible for this. I don't know that to be the truth, and I have no one to point a finger at. But I do know that these sunflowers are not facing the right direction.
Conspiracy indeed.
Let me know what you think about that.
There's gotta be some credibility with his claims. I mean, he's been farming for decades now. What do you guys think?
Y'all, this Mandela effect stuff is getting weird. I just ran across the Mandela effect that literally, I don't even know what to think. At some point, you just have to look at these and be like, yeah, like, this is just not right. Because there's no way this one is. And if you're an 80s or 90s baby like me, you know damn well this ain't right. So before we get into it, make sure you like, follow, and share to support your girl. Now, let's get into it, y'all. So like I said, if you're an 80s or 90s baby, you're immediately going to know this is wrong. And of course, I'm talking about the movie E.T. In this movie, there's a specific line that E.T. says. He learns the words home and phone, and he says, E.T. phone home. That simple, right? Well, look at this clip. E.T. home. That's not right. It's E.T. phone home. I know it is. There's nothing you can say to convince me it's not. But what's even weirder is listen to what they say after he says that.
E.T. phone home. E.T. phone home. E.T. phone home.
So you're telling me that E.T. said the wrong words, but the kids repeated the right words to him. Okay, that's what we're doing. Yeah, no, it's E.T. phone home. How would the kids know to say that if it wasn't? So why they change his words and not theirs too? What do y'all remember? Because I know I ain't the only one.
I too remember E.T. saying E.T. phone home, but there's also this Mandela effect where E.T. didn't say phone, he just said E.T. home. What do you guys remember?
Have you ever noticed that the voice in your head isn't you? Like if you repeat the word hello now 5 times silently in your head, yeah. Okay. And everybody listening and watching, just repeat the word hello 5 times.
Okay.
Could you hear that?
I could hear it, yeah, in my head.
So if you could hear that, then that voice cannot be you. It is your voice. It belongs to you, but it's not you.
And if it's not me, then does that mean that gives me power to ignore it?
Exactly.
Or to tell it it's wrong?
Power to ignore it, mostly. I've come to distrust it, to be honest, by paying very close attention to, like, the voice in my head has told me to do something, I've done it, it didn't work out. That's happened multiple times. What happens if I just ignore it completely and just go about life without listening to it? What happens? Well, I'll tell you one thing that does happen. You don't suffer so much along the way. Even if the outcomes are the same, you got there without suffering because you weren't listening to what was going on in there. And I think people with ADHD have a unique ability to grasp what I just said because their voice is so strong in there.
I think what he's talking about is our ability to have inner dialogues that some people at least from what I read online, doesn't have.
Before and After Nickelodeon Part 2, Amanda Bynes.
We know Dan Schneider, right? We know of him at least.
Yes, I'm the executive producer and of how I look after I put some MAC NC20 Studio Fix on my face. Hey everybody, I wanted to let my fans know that I'm taking the board exam to get my manicurist license this Tuesday. I really hope I pass the test this time.
Could it be just that age wasn't too kind to her? Or is there something else here?
If you're a dinosaur fan, hear me out. This is a T-Rex. And these are the stupid little T-Rex arms. It never made sense to me. Like, what's the point of those little teeny arms? So I looked up the skeleton to see what it would look like, and I was like, oh, look it, there they are, the little cute arms, adorable. But then I looked again, and I realized something, and I'm about to blow your mind. This is the skeleton of an ostrich. Want to see another? Oh, there you go. The T-Rex did not have arms. It had wings. I think I just made history. It's a dragon.
Wait, does this also mean that the dinosaur bones that they have quote-unquote recovered are just cover-ups for dragon remains? Makes you wonder.
Hey, if you're still here, please do me a favor and give this video a thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. Let's get this video recommended to other people. Thanks.
Mermaids are real. I told you a few days ago, I'm back to prove it. We'll come right back to that video of that mermaid that you just saw. So we have no doubt had mermaids all throughout our history. But remember when the fallen angels came down and mated with the women? And they were genetic hybrids all over the earth? So much to the point that God flooded it? Look at this right behind me. Why are these people wearing fish suits? You too? It's because it's Dagon, a fish mermaid god. And they would all wear fishes out forms for the god. That really existed. Think Little Mermaid. Now, here's Dagon, the fish god, and there's the Vatican hat. Guess what? Same thing. And deep into Egyptian lore, it talks about the fish people coming out of the water and beating the Egyptians in a battle. Now, there's many kinds of mermaids. You know they're all documented? See its head? See its head? Dagon? Fish people. Exactly like this weird creature that popped up on the internet swimming through the ocean. Now back to this weird freaking thing. Take a good look at it. Can you spot it? Here you go. Mermaids were real and they are real because they won't die in a flood.
It does make sense how mermaids can survive the Great Flood, whether you believe it or not. And we haven't really discovered the majority of the ocean, so no one actually knows what's still out there. One thing's for sure, they don't look like Disney princesses.
There's a little secret off to the side of the Great Pyramid. There's a very strange floor here. It is basalt. It's a very hard rock. Used to be the whole floor, but some people stole the stones, and they're all precision cut like this. So why is it that the bottom was cut to fit the ground? Why would we not level the bedrock floor we're putting the blocks on so we could just cut the blocks into even nice little blocks? It wasn't poured like that. We know the quarry, it's an hour and a half away from Giza. And if it was poured, why would you still cut it? Standing on this floor, you'll see these 15-ton blocks that make up the exterior of the pyramid. They are impressive, but you will not see the exoskeleton that is underneath those blocks. You can see these on one of the exposed corners of the Great Pyramid. Big precision cuts are cool, but the small ones are going to melt your mind. These are not clay. Those are granite jars. They found about 10,000 of these little guys, and they've recently been analyzed for precision, being engineered to a tolerance that rivals that of a car engine. Now notice the shape of these jars. That's the key. Some of them are super weird, like the schist disc, and these things have been recreated in modern times with some limited success. That one jar took 2 years. Now, does anything stand out to you here?
I don't think there's any benefit to our controllers to let us know and discover all the mysteries surrounding the pyramid.
A lot of petrified remains in Arizona. Just like the petrified natural forests there. It's not just faces you see petrified in stone. With the right conditions, the remains can petrify. And most will never have the opened eyes to see what they're holding in their hand, to make the connection to what it really is. living on the remains of a petrified, much larger past, and using it as our furniture. But off of the red meat side, let's take a look at one of my favorite caves, the famous Naka Cave in Thailand, often described as the Snake Cave, and for obvious reasons. Interestingly, there are many myths surrounding its history and how the cave came to be. The Naga are serpent-like mythical creatures significant in several Southeast Asian cultures. And we all know, myth that we've heard is far more true than the history we've been told. See, if there was only one or two of these examples, one or two giant, massive tree stumps, I might just dismiss it as coincidence or pareidolia. But the evidence is in the thousands of our much larger history, buried with the rest of it. Question everything, friends. Until next time.
Meet Sheikh Hasina, the Prime Minister of Bangladesh. Oh, she looks so sweet. Turns out she's a monster. Look in. See, Hasina had a problem. Her government just got overthrown and she just got ran out of her country. And it all started with a simple question. Some students say, hey girl, can we get some jobs? She said, jobs? Why are you talking to me for then? Go get a job. They said, we can't because of your policy. Ah, the policy. See, Hasina's government had this rule. Listen closely. The families of those who fought for Bangladesh's independence were promised a big chunk of the best jobs in the country. But the students felt that jobs should go to those who were best qualified. So they protested. Hasina came in and said, that's my fault, y'all. I take back the policy. Go get your jobs. Everybody say, yeah. Hasina say, yeah. The Supreme Court say, yeah. Nah. The veterans' families were already promised jobs, so the policy comes back. Hasina goes, oops. Now, I know what you're thinking. This doesn't sound like Hasina's fault, but I forgot to tell you something. Hasina has been in power for 15 years. Whatever she says in government basically goes. So the students were like, we know you could do something. Hasina's like... So the people protest again. And here's where things start to get wicked. Hasina starts getting mad. She starts calling protesters all kind of names, heating them up. So she refers to the protesters as Razak. I don't know if it's derogatory, so I'm gonna put it on the screen. Which basically means traitors, but worse. To all my black people, she basically called them coons. To everyone else, she called them traitor to your own people. Anyway, they go, what did you say? She goes, I said what I said. So the protests start to heat up. The government said Hasina. She said, man, I just said one word. They good. The government said Hasina. She said, So Hasina proceeds to people, hundreds of people. Didn't I tell you she was a monster? What do you do when people protest? You say they're rioting, you show riots on the news, then you use force. And usually it works, until it doesn't. The people of Bangladesh fought back with everything they had. So Hasina's government reversed the policies again. They said, yo, you can have your jobs. They said, we don't want the job. He said, don't y'all want peace? They said, yeah, but you can't be here to see it. The time for talking was over. Too many people. They said, you and your government are gone or you finna have a problem. So she dips. She flees to India as the people of Bangladesh march through the capital city. Then they proceed to walk her down. They said, where's she at? India said, she over here. They said, you finna keep her? They said, no. So since India's probably gonna send her back so she could face her crime, she hits up the UK. UK said, I don't want no problems. Go ask America. America said, no. In fact, America said, send her back to Bangladesh. And Asian countries didn't even pick up her call. Because what's the point of pissing off an entire country for one person? They choose Nobel Peace Prize winner Muhammad Yunus as their current head of government while they elect a new official. But you know what's funny? A country of people overthrew their corrupt government and it's not front page news. Why? Because that would be bad for business. Your government in some ways probably doing the same thing as Hasina. They're like, ugh. So shout out to the people of Bangladesh for putting their foot down.
So, if we want actual change, this perfectly shows how to do it exactly.
Imagine, clearly not.
What I've already said is staggering to the perception of life that most people have, that we're encouraged to have, that we are programmed to have. And I feel a bit like the cow who walks in the field. And you've got the herd of cows in the field there, and they're munching away, and their reality is that every now and again the big truck comes and it takes a few of them away, and wherever they think they go, I don't know, another field, on holiday, whatever. And then this other cow comes into the field and says, hey, you got to listen, Or you won't believe what I've just found out. You know when they put those cows and some of us in that truck and they take us away every now and again, they're not taking us to another field or on vacation. What they do is they take you down to this big building and they bleed them dry, and then they cut them up and they hang them on hooks, and then they put them in little packages and put it in the supermarket, and then them humans come along and buy us and eat us. What would be the reaction of the rest of the herd on hearing this information? You're crazy, man. You're out of your brain. You want to go and see a psychiatrist? They'd never do that. This is ridiculous. And anyway, I've got shares in that trucking company and I get a good return. Shut up, you're making waves. And yet, all the things that I have just said are absolutely true. It's just that the herd will not believe them.
Alright, that's it for today's session. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel. Thanks again everyone for showing up, and I will see you around.